Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We are going to talk about XRP. And I got to start with this because I made those videos yesterday and people told me I'm totally wrong. But David Schwartz agrees with everything that I'm about to say. All of these things are true. So 10 things the XRP community needs to get right. XRP can't be pegged to gold, silver, or anything else. 2. XRP can't magically just become a stablecoin. When the IMF says that XRP and XLM are going to be stablecoins, they just mean that they're going to be at a higher value, moving value from point A to point B, where they're not going to be fluctuating in price the way they do now. Stablecoins issued on the XRP ledger are not XRP. The XRP ledger requires electricity to operate. XRP can only exist on the XRP ledger, otherwise it's an IOU. XRP has nothing to do with ISO 222. It has nothing to do with the framework. It's going to be utilized inside of ISO, and I'll talk more about that towards the end of this video. Interledger doesn't require XRP. All the money in the world will not run across the XRP ledger. I said that multiple times. XLM's going to move money. XDC will move money. HBAR will move money. IOTA, Algo will move money. The US government is not going to buy back your XRP, like I said in yesterday's video. That's a United States narrative that people created out of nothing. RippleNet is totally different from the XRP ledger, and we also know that is true as well. But you know, when I say it, people keep saying, you're wrong. You have to look at it this way and that way. No, it's a fact. These things are not going to happen. Who said 100 billion XRP is too much XRP? How do we know that there is enough XRP? It has to move trillions of dollars worldwide. It has to serve 8+ billion people. There are a lot of people in the crypto space that think XRP's price can't move because of the supply. I think they are wrong because it is about supply and demand. The demand will be massive for XRP once corporations, banks, central banks, and financial institutions start locking it away for its use case. The institutions will not be in panic selling either, because the price dropped by 5 cents, selling because other retail investors created FUD and because it is going sideways for a long period of time. They will also be buying XRP when retail is selling, and eventually you will have to wait for someone to sell their XRP before you can buy some. This is why it's so important to know what you hold. Because if you sell too soon, you may regret it for the rest of your life once scarcity shows up. You know, once the institutions and the banks are locking away XRP and using it for what it's built to do, world's bridge currency, moving value from point A to point B, creating liquidity, they're not going to be selling it. And the demand for XRP will continue to rise. That's why I'm always telling you, don't get shaken out now. You know, every time the price drops a couple cents, I see people panicking all over X. If you know what you hold, you will not panic at all. Instead, you will buy more while it's still cheap. So this way you have no regrets later. But the supply isn't the biggest argument when it comes to XRP. It is previous cycles. Everybody expects these cycles to continue forever and go unchanged, but they are going to change because history only repeats itself until it doesn't. But what will change these cycles? One word: utility. Once utility starts to drive the price of these cryptocurrencies like XRP, XLM, XDC, QNT, etc., the cycles will also change. We have never seen a utility run. So how long will it last? How high will the prices go? Will there be massive pullbacks? Nobody can answer these questions because it has never happened before. This is why I'm a utility cryptocurrency investor and not a Bitcoin investor. When the cycle stops repeating, only the smart investors that seen this coming will be left in this space. Once the cycles stop repeating, all the money will flow out of Bitcoin. It will flow out of ETH. The meme coins will disappear because I think the utility run's gonna start with crypto regulations. Once regulations come, 99% of crypto will disappear. We will be left with utility and use case driven cryptocurrencies. The good thing is you were smart enough to see it early on. You invested in the XRP early on. Continue holding it and don't get shaken out. Breaking: Brad Garlinghouse will be seated at Ro Khanna's crypto roundtable with other major industry leaders. Again, Brad always gets a seat at the table. Rep. Khanna, as leader in the Democratic Party, is organizing a secretive blockchain roundtable in Washington, D.C., with key crypto industry leaders, including Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, to discuss digital asset regulations with Biden's administration. Like I said, we are going to see crypto regulations. This event, happening on Wednesday, July 10th, comes amidst Democratic Party turmoil and is seen as an effort to counter Trump's pro-crypto stance and appeal to the digital asset industry. The roundtable will feature over 24 attendees, including representatives from the White House and industry heavyweights like Mark Cuban, Skybridge Capital CEO Anthony Scaramucci, and former CFTC chairman under Trump, who's attending on behalf of crypto firm Paxos. You know, I would love to be a fly on the wall listening to Brad Garlinghouse explain to Biden how XRP moves value from country A to country B in 3 seconds. I would love to hear that conversation. It would be like us explaining to the normies how crypto works, the people that never invested in crypto, explaining to them how game-changing XRP actually is. Atomic Wallet takes a jab at XRP. Any idea why nobody uses XRP? Well, the community reacted to Atomic Wallet's comments and have been varied and intense. Several individuals have accused Atomic Wallet of fraud, linking it to the infamous hack that resulted in the loss of $35 million in various cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. They also criticized the wallet for requiring a 10 XRP reserve to activate a wallet, which has been described as a deterrent for users. So the fact is that people are using XRP. They're just not using Atomic Wallet. The ECB, European Central Bank, won't say what tech they are using until it's finished in 2025. Ripple and the digital euro. Take a listen to this, because she is struggling not to say Ripple.
That is, so have you collaborated with any private company for blockchain technology like Ripple? With what is the digital euro backed with? So it's actually 2 questions. So first of all, the digital euro is central bank money. It's a stable coin, I think, in its most clear form. if we don't talk about the technology providers, this is something that we are still actually non-decided on. So as you might recall, I talked about the fact that we are doing the selection of service.
You get it. Why doesn't she just say we're collaborating with Ripple? Because we already know Christine Lagarde loves Ripple, loves that technology. July 2024, European Securities and Markets Authority, MiCA, compliant crypto asset service providers must keep records of relevant data in accordance with ISO methodology. Identification of crypto assets equals digital token identifier within ISO 222. MiCA plus ISO plus crypto assets. It's all related and circles back to the compliant crypto assets every time. There's a reason that certain cryptocurrencies are compliant with ISO. And you see it right here. XRP's digital token identifier within the ISO system. And you see long name XRP Ripple, short name XRP. So we already know that XRP is going to be utilized inside of ISO. I'm just waiting for the value to come from that also. Breaking, JP Morgan warns 86 million customers they might have to start paying for their bank accounts. It is not practical for many of these services to be free. If we won't be able to draw from those profit pools. So JP Morgan now wants to charge for free checking accounts. And it brings me to my post here. The one thing everybody seems to stop paying attention to is the looming liquidity crisis. Like somehow the banking system improved overnight. Guess what? It didn't. And that crisis is still coming. I know most people will fill you with doom and gloom, but I think it will be a controlled collapse of the banking system as the bigger banks swallow up the smaller banks. I do believe this will be happening on a global level when it starts, and they will need a quick solution, and that solution will be the new financial system, and XRP providing liquidity alongside XLM. The liquidity crisis will not be the only problem, and multiple bubbles will begin to pop at the same time. Commercial real estate, residential real estate, and even the stock market will be plummeting when it happens. This is not a matter of if it happens, but when is it going to happen? This was always part of the plan. It will most likely be held back until after the November election, since they always seem to make everything better leading into elections. You know, I said this multiple times. All it takes is one domino to fall, and all these bubbles will continue to pop. But I do believe they will delay it as much as they possibly can until after the election. But this is also part of the Great Reset, because they want to consolidate the banks into a handful of banks. It's easier to tie a handful of banks to a CBDC. Critical macro crypto events this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Jerome Powell testifies before the Senate and the House, due to testify about semi-annual monetary policy report before the Senate Banking Committee in Washington, D.C. Tuesday, House will vote to overturn Biden's SAB 121 veto. If that gets overturned, that could be what sends crypto, because that has to do with custody of crypto. It also allows the banks to put crypto assets on their balance sheets. That's going to be the most important thing that happens this week. Then Wednesday is the CPI. We don't know what's going to happen there. But you know, we are just waiting for something to send XRP. German government sends over 16,000 Bitcoin to exchanges. Once again, the German government seems to be dumping their Bitcoin. And, I keep seeing Bitcoin Maxi saying, that's a good thing. We could all buy it up. But it's not just Germany. It's going to happen here in the US. The US is going to continue to dump their Bitcoin as well. And eventually, the fall of Tether is going to happen. That's going to come with MiCA-like regulations going live in every single country. And this is why I don't invest in Bitcoin. I invest in something that can solve real-world problems. XRP solves real-world problems. And that's why I will always be a utility crypto investor. And it's not just XRP. It's XLM, solving real-world problems. XDC, real-world problems. HBAR, Algo, IOTA, QNT, Nexera. The list goes on. Utility-driven cryptocurrencies. They're the future. Bitcoin is the past. And, I have people that try to sell me on Bitcoin all the time. They DM me on X and say, why don't you like Bitcoin? It's not that I don't like it. I just don't see any value in it. And eventually the hype will end and the belief will disappear from Bitcoin and it will come crashing down. The money will leave Bitcoin and go into utility. It's just a matter of time. But until it all happens, you got to stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.